My name is Shon Barnes, Shonbarnes. I'm the Chief of Police for the Seattle Police Department. Tonight, around 10 o'clock p.m., officers were dispatched to this area at First and Union in reference to 3 people who had been shot. Officers arrived within 2 minutes and began life-saving measures. 2 of our officers are also qualified to be EMT, which we think really contributed to the outcome that we see. Unfortunately, one of those persons did succumb to their injuries after being transported to the area hospital. What we know is that there was an altercation between 3 individuals. One individual produced a weapon, fired on the 2 individuals, and then began to flee the scene. When he did, he encountered a private citizen that was licensed to carry, and that private citizen fired his weapon, striking the suspect. We did recover the suspect's weapon, and that private citizen is cooperating with us and providing a statement at this time. This is early on in the investigation, so officers are still, as you can see, gathering evidence, trying to piece together what may have happened here. We have officers who are in this area anyway. We have a precinct that's close to here, in addition to regular and increased patrols, which is why officers were able to respond within 2 minutes of being here. So that's what we know now. We don't have any identification on any of the suspects or the persons who were harmed tonight. We're still working through that, as it is early on in the investigation, about an hour into what has happened.
Where exactly did the altercation take place? Was it inside the Four Seasons?
It was not. It was not related to the hotel. It took place, as we can tell, at the dead end of the street here on First.
So right over
on
there.
Union, that's correct.
And the person who died, was it the suspect or one of the 2 victims?
He was the suspect, the person who we believe fired on the 2 individuals and was fleeing the scene when he encountered the private citizen.
And is the private citizen being interviewed as a suspect at all or anything like that?
He is cooperating. He's not being interviewed as a suspect right now. He's being interviewed. He's being very cooperative, and we did recover his weapon as well.
Is he a regular citizen or is he law enforcement of some sort?
I won't speak to that because we're still in the process of doing the interview.
Do we know what the altercation was about, the initial one?
We do not know what the initial altercation was about, unfortunately.
Any juveniles involved?
We do not know. We do not have any identification on the persons who are involved. Obviously, they're under medical care, so we're not going to release that. And then the person who is deceased, the medical examiner will, of course, give that information.
And just to confirm, you said the person that was the suspect was the one that died?
Yes, that is correct.
Was everybody transported to Harborview?
That's correct.
Okay, so nobody's at this.
No one is here now.
Okay.
There's a
Show
scene
going on
about
oh, sorry, go ahead.
there's a scene about 2 blocks up with another deceased. Is that
That's correct.
a completely separate
That
scene?
is a completely separate scene. What we know, there was an altercation between 2 individuals at a vehicle. One individual reportedly stabbed another individual. He ran away, collapsed. Officers got there, tried life-saving measures. We called fire EMS, but unfortunately he was pronounced at the scene.
What time did that happen?
That happened probably about 30 minutes after this happened.
Okay, and as for the shooting, where did the first shooting take place and where was the suspect shot?
What do you mean where he was shot? Like on his body, or what do you mean where?
Or location? Was it all in the same spot?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it all happened
It all
here.
happened
Yes,
at
all
that dead
happened
end.
here.
Okay.
Yes.
Even the civilian with their weapon shot over here?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Why does the scene go all the way that way?
Well, we want to make sure that we can have as much of the road as possible, just to determine where shell cases may have gone, looking for evidence, things that may be related to this crime. We'll always make sure that we can have a big space and then we can move in as needed. So, but as you can see, our crime scene investigators are here now and they're doing their thing.
I see the cars are in front of the show box. Any idea whether these were concert goers? I know there was a show tonight.
No, I don't know
Okay.
their origin or why they were here.
How long?
More questions, guys.
Sure.
How long will this be shut down for?
Until we're done. It's good to be quick, but it's better to be thorough, and I want them to be thorough. We got good investigators, good officers out here, and as soon as we can release it, we will do that.
Can you speak to the injuries on the other 2 people that are at the hospital?
Their injuries, they were shot. I can't speak to I know there are life-threatening injuries. I don't know where they were shot. That's up to them and their medical care, so I don't know.
Today was our first day of hot weather, and it was a bad night for gun violence across the Puget Sound region. Do you have any comment to make about that specifically?
Sure. Listen, we know the biggest predictor of violence is a preceding case of violence. We need people to call early and often when they see altercations. We need people to have cooler heads to prevail. People who are carrying weapons, just know that our officers are out here. We are doing proactive patrols. We're trying to get as many of these weapons off the street as we can. We're responding as quickly as we can to emergencies, but it's going to take the entire community working with the Seattle Police Department so we can have a safe summer. Yes, it was a warm day. We have plenty more to come. We like that, but we think we have a good plan in place, and we just need everyone's help.
A couple members of the gang unit is out here. Any reason to believe this?
Well,
is
they always come out when we have our any type of gun violence. So, absolutely. So,
And you said
any
it's not
questions?
related to the stabbing that happened at the
Not related.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. All right.
Thank you.